Alright, before I even start the review, I fully acknowledge this. It's pretty weird, probably borderline creepy that a 46-year-old male is even interested in watching To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You. But you know what? I saw the first film on Netflix. I really enjoyed it a lot. I like the characters, I like the story, so I was really interested in watching the sequel. So don't judge me, man. Don't judge. So this film takes place pretty much immediately after the ending of the first movie. Peter and Lara Jean, through all their shit they went through the first time around, they've now decided to become a couple, and this movie starts off with them going on their first date and really starting to explore this new relationship that they have. But Lara Jean, she's never been in a relationship before, she never had a boyfriend before, she doesn't really know how to act, so she's insecure, she's questioning things, she's questioning everything that Peter does, you know, because he's really experienced, and she just feels like she can't live up to his expectations, and at the same time she has her own expectations of where this relationship should be going. So there's all this doubt going around, and then one of the original recipients of her love letters in the first movie, John Ambrose, comes back, and he just happens to be volunteering at the same senior center that Lara Jean's volunteering at. So now he enters back into her life, and they were both in love with each other in the 6th grade, and they're talking about possibly rekindling that flame. So now you have this love triangle between Lara Jean, Peter, and John Ambrose, and that's your movie. So this movie, you know, like I said, I really enjoyed the first one. I thought a really interesting concept, great execution, great performances, and I thought it was a fun film. This one just didn't quite live up to that level of quality, and it's mainly due to the writing. First of all, this character of John Ambrose, who is supposed to be the threat in this movie and create a viable possibility for Lara Jean to leave Peter, but he's introduced so late in the movie, and even when he is introduced, you don't really feel the ball rolling between Lara Jean and him until very, very late in the film, almost a third act in fact. So you just don't see him as a legitimate threat throughout the film. So he's just kind of there. You know what he's supposed to be doing, and you know what role he plays in the movie, but it just happens a little bit too little too late. Peter, Peter's a super sweet guy. We know that from the first movie, but they gave him some uncharacteristic storylines in this film to kind of make him a little bit of a douchebag, so Lara Jean doubts his love for her. I just found that ungenuine and not like his character at all, and Lara Jean was probably the main problem with this movie. And it's probably because I don't know how girls think, I don't know how high school girls think, and maybe everything that she's going through, all the emotions she's going through in this movie is legitimate and realistic, I don't know, but for me it didn't quite work because she was just so judgmental, she was just so annoying, she was just questioning everything, so insecure, and she just couldn't really appreciate what she had with Peter and just started questioning everything, and she ultimately ends up almost ruining it. So yeah, the character of Lara Jean and her art in this movie just didn't really quite work for me. The performances, they're still great. Anna Condor as Lara Jean is awesome, and she brings the right level of naivety and energy and spunk to her character. I think she's great. Noah was good as Peter. John Ambrose's character was great. The family I love, especially being they half Korean. They had a little Korean call-outs throughout the movie, which I really enjoyed. So everything, all of that is still good, but the main flaw is just with the writing. And I think it's an interesting concept. They try to take the happily ever after and go one step beyond, because most romantic comedies, they end with the couple ending up together, but they never really show you what happens after that and the real relationship part of it. And that's where this movie tries to go. It just didn't feel like it was executed very well. So yeah, it still has a John Hughes feel to it. But yeah, overall, I just was really disappointed by this movie. I don't see myself watching this movie again. And maybe it's because I'm 46 now, I'm jaded, I've been married for a few years now, I'm not romantic anymore. And back when the first movie came out, I was a young, naive, romantic 44-year-old. So maybe I'm the one who's changed, I don't know. But for me this time around, To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You gets a 5 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, MC on Film, for more reviews in the future.